Hello folks, welcome to the EV lease deals of the month for August. As always, these deals are based on 3 months up front, 3-year deals on 10,000 miles a year. Please use my link to Lease Loco if you're interested in making an inquiry about any of these deals, or if you just want to go onto Lease Loco and have a prod around. It helps support the channel. I need that help in order to continue to do this. To be honest, I almost didn't make this video this month because I didn't feel the deals were that exciting. But an angry rabble started to form, so here I am making it, and I've still picked one or two of the better deals out. You'll just see there's a big gap in the market for like the sort of cheaper sort of family kind of EVs. All this is a combination of manufacturers putting their prices up because of the demand and supply issue, so they're just stonking the prices right up. Some of them are taking out the lower spec vehicles and they'll only sell you the higher spec ones. Rates of borrowing have gone through the roof. Inflation, as we know, is a beast at the moment, and of course there's still very limited supply of these, and every single day the demand for EV goes up and up and up. But despite that, I've tried to find you the best deals I can, and we're going to just start it off with a bit of a wacky, interesting one. It's the Citroen Ami. If you watch my video on the British Motor Show, you'll see I stood next to one of these, and it's a tiny, tiny little thing. I can't imagine too many practical uses for it, but I'll tell you what, it would be a great marketing car. If you're a local estate agent, letting agent, something like that, this would be great. Covered in your signage, wouldn't it? It really would. 28 mile an hour top speed, 8 brake horsepower, and the combined EV range is 47 miles. It's got 63 litres of boot space, and it weighs 327 kilos. So when you think that's, you know, a few hundred bags of sugar. It has got one feature I really like, which is got a little place to stick your phone, so you can use it as a sat nav. That's clever. There you go, 386 up front, 128 quid a month. Bosh. Next, got the Renault Zoe. We've seen a lot of Zoes in these videos. This particular one's the 80 kilowatt SE R110 50 kilowatt hour rapid charge, and that gives you front wheel drive, 110 horsepower, 11.4 seconds to 62, 225 miles combined electric range, and 338 litres of boot space. Looking at 1100 up front and 369 a month, and this one comes with a free home charger and free redundancy cover. So now you'll see a big jump in price because those deals that sit in the middle are not really there at the moment, and those cars are just not available. So there we go. I'm not going to show you a deal for a car that should be 350 a month. It's now 600 a month. So Nissan Ariya 1977 up front, 579 a month, 160 kilowatt advance, 63 kilowatt hour, 5-door. Price wise it's there or thereabouts. They haven't been out that long, but it's not doing too badly. They have been a bit cheaper earlier in the year, but not significantly so. This one's in stock, which is the important thing to note here. So if you want a Nissan Ariya, you can actually get one. Group 30 on the car insurance, 217 horsepower, 7.5 seconds to 62, and 250 miles of combined range. 466 litres of boot space. Hyundai Ionic 5, 168 kilowatt ultimate, 77 kilowatt hour, 5-door, obviously automatic. It's one of these that I recently had on loan. It was the ultimate spec. Brilliant, brilliant car. Possibly the best EV out there at the moment as an all-round car. It's a phenomenal thing. I've got the EV6 actually going back today. So review of that's coming out tonight. So strangely, I'm putting out 2 videos in a day, but there you go, I'm wacky. Closely related cousin to this, I think I prefer the Ionic 5 just, but I don't know. Brilliant car in any case. Just over 2 grand up front, 605 quid a month. Rear wheel drive, 7.3 seconds to 62, 228 brake horsepower, 295 miles of combined range, and 527 litres of boot space. Brilliant car, brilliant design, love it, want one. VW ID Buzz, 150 kilowatt Life Pro, 77 kilowatt hour, 2,268 up front and 664 a month. Remember, these things start at 58 grand and they will be rare as rocking horse what's it. 10.2 seconds to 62, 204 horsepower, 310 newton meters of torque, 258 miles of range, and where are we? Boot space 1121 litres. Real shame there's not a 7-seat version of this at the moment, but I'm sure it will come, and I'm sure someone will do some sort of aftermarket fit out if it doesn't turn up, because this car's crying out to have a 7-seater, surely. But there you go, plenty of people are extremely excited about those things, so I'm sure they'll get rid of plenty of them. 2,268 up front, 664 a month. BMW iX1, this is another car that people seem to be massively excited about, this and the standard iX. I'm not that excited about them yet, but obviously I haven't driven one. Maybe I'll become excited. 2,300 up front, 666 a month. That's the lease payment of the beast. 313 brake horsepower, 494 newton meters of torque, 257 miles of combined range, and they've got no other figures in here for this whatsoever because it's brand new, sort of fresh off the press, this one. You're not going to get this one anytime soon. I wouldn't have thought. It says delivery within 4 to 6 months. Maybe if you order it quickly. I would imagine it will take you a bit longer than that, but as it's a new model from BMW, it might be that they pump a bit of stock out early doors. Tesla Model Y, so we always have a look at one of these just because it's the most leased car in the UK. 2,422 up front, 717 a month. In stock, next day delivery available on that from the chaps at Carparison. Earlier in the year, you could get one of these for 632 a month, so it's gone up a bit, but have you seen how much eggs and milk have gone up? Christ. So 2,400 up front, 717 a month. And finally, bit of a wild card. Lots of people are always asking me to do a video on minibuses and 8-seaters and 9-seaters and things like that. I know they never make it to my videos because there's never a deal worth even discussing. There's usually a minibus from Ford and that's it, and they want £1,000 a month for it. Well, this one's a bit of left field. Citroen Espace Tourer, £2,000 up front, 621 a month, but it's not without its compromises, ladies and gents. Group 35 on the car insurance, 136 horsepower, 13.1 seconds to 62, only 136 miles of combined range, 603 litres of boot space with the seats up, which is really good. And obviously if you flatten them all, 2,700 litres. So that becomes a very usable van. So you can get one of those, £2,000 up front, 621 a month. That's it for this month, folks. Nothing massively exciting on the EV front. We're probably only a week away or so now from the lease deals of the month for September, which seems absolutely bananas. This summer seems to have just disappeared. So hopefully there'll be some better news then. I know the semiconductor thing is less of an issue now. There are more coming to market. Back orders are starting to get filled. So hopefully we're coming out the end of this craziness. But obviously, while that demand and supply issue remains, and while the cost of borrowing goes up, and while car manufacturers continue to increase their prices disproportionately, I think there's definitely a good greed margin in there as well. While all that continues to happen, we're not going to be seeing crazy cheap EV deals. We're just not. There's just too much demand and not enough supply. If you're interested in any of these or looking at any other deals on Lease Loco, please use that link that's in the video description and pinned as the top comment. I know I harp on about it. I know it must get boring, but honestly, I can't do any of this if you don't do that. Please give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'll see you next time.